This is the Kem Kem beds, an area deep in the world's largest sand desert and known to be the deadliest place in Earth's history. And that means
I'm going.
the Kem Kem beds are located in Africa, in a remote region of the Sahara Desert near disputed territory between Morocco and Algeria. Nobody wants to go there because no one wants to die of hunger, die of thirst, die of heat stroke, die from freezing to death at night, die from a scorpion sting, or die from being shot by accidentally passing into conflicted territory. However, I'm known for visiting some of the most dangerous places in the world, and other than some psychological scarring, I usually come out alive.
Oh my god.
And it's time I put the Kem Kem beds to the same test. My goal is to camp for one night in the Kem Kem beds, and in the morning, just like any normal day, I'll have my morning pee. The only problem is that the Kem Kem beds are very, very far away.
I'm in Africa.
First stop, Marrakesh.
I'm afraid we're gonna get lost.
I've got my cameraman, my girlfriend, and her stepdad.
The bonus dad.
And in the morning, I almost got everyone killed when we walked past a scary man with a rock into a dead end.
You see that? He's holding a rock. Oh shit. We're at a dead end now. Crazy guy with a rock is running at us.
And so, we had to walk by him again. And while we had our backs turned, he threw the rock at us.
He's gonna throw another rock at us. Jesus Christ. He threw a rock and completely missed us. That'll wake you up in the morning? Nice.
I don't know what we did to deserve that introduction, but things only got creepier as we went to meet our guide, Ibrahim.
Oh? Man, this place is creepy.
It is. We're going to meet Ibrahim right now, and he's going to take us on a 10-hour drive over the mountains towards the Sahara Desert.
We then met Ibrahim and told him about the guy with a rock, and apparently he had seen him too.
But it's okay. Somebody catching him. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's normal, apparently.
And with that, we began a behemoth of a journey across Morocco and over the windiest, craziest roads over this mountain range I had ever come across, which was a great time to have motion sickness.
Big ol' headache.
For about 4 hours, I was fighting for my life not to puke all over the car. And when we finally made it down the mountain, I ran straight to the nearest bathroom. I was suddenly cured. And since we had now hit the largest oasis in the world bordering the Sahara Desert, we knew we were getting closer to the Kem Kem beds.
Look at the little puppy. He's eating poo, isn't he? The dog's eating poo. That dog is eating poo. Why are you eating poo? That right there, ladies and gentlemen, proper red Sahara sand. And this right here is the largest oasis of the Sahara. These palm trees just go on for miles.
As the sun was going down, we were searching for our camp for the night.
Driving the car pretty much like into this very rocky desert, and we're trying to find our camp right now.
Before we set up camp in the Kem Kem beds, we would first need to reach 2 other camps that go further and further into the Sahara Desert.
Okay, we've arrived at camp 1 of 3. That's quite a lot.
And it wasn't until the morning of camp 1 that we realized just how far into the desert we've already come.
Oh shit. Oh man, this is already kind of nuts.
We're in the desert.
Yeah, we actually are.
It was also our first taste for how cold the Sahara Desert could get.
Good morning. How are you?
Frosty.
Yeah, very frosty.
This is my first glimpse at what it might be like staying.
Yeah.
In the depths, camping.
Now I'm a
It's cold.
The Kem Kem beds were so much more remote and likely to be scarily colder. We needed to be very prepared. The next leg of the journey brought us to the last bit of civilization before we entered 3.6 million square miles of the Sahara Desert. For reference, that's big. And at the last village where the road just simply ends, we made our last preparations.
I think we're about to choose some scarves.
While Matt and Lauren got stuff to protect themselves from the heat, I did what every man must do before he stares death in the eyes.
Have a shave with Dollar Shave Club's Club Series razor. That's right, this video is sponsored. Now, you might think I've just transported into this beautiful, luxurious Dollar Shave Club inspired bathroom that's not even in Morocco anymore. Well, you're wrong. Matt, will you tell everyone how this is the last town before we go into the desert?
So in the last town is the last sign of civilization before we head into the Sahara Desert.
See, I know you guys think I live dangerously, but I don't shave dangerously. This razor is top tier, high quality. It's so ergonomic. It has this diamond handle, stainless steel blades.
You can go 4 blades?
blade. Or if you're feeling ultra naughty, 6 blades. That's some high-tech engineering for your face right there. This is the god amongst razors. And yet the thing comes at like a fraction of the cost of any other blade. I'm pretty excited about it. And you can go into a local retailer and find the Club Series razor and all these products on the shelves in the US. It smells so good as well. I can literally just smear that all over me. Sharp, beautiful, smooth. Just how I like it. Okay, I'm now prepped and ready for the desert.
Got water and food for 2 days. So if we get lost,
no worries about that.
what do you mean about no worries? No worries. We've got food and
lost, you know.
Food and water for 2 days.
You are in good hand, guys.
He keeps saying that.
Even if you get lost, don't worry, you know. You will have food.
He keeps saying this. So we're going to basically be driving as far as we can go until we need to start walking. Say goodbye to civilization.
We drove like maniacs into nothingness, and with each passing mile, the heat became more intense.
It's starting to get hot, huh? So it's suddenly gotten way more warm. That's the weird thing about the Sahara. It usually goes from like boiling to freezing every single day.
But we were determined to reach our destination at all costs. The Kem Kem beds were somewhere out there. But as soon as the big Sahara dunes came in sight, we had no choice but to leave the car behind and continue on foot.
This is getting eerily real now.
Yeah, now it's getting real, okay?
So this is where we leave the car.
We're about to trek right over the sand dunes where the car can't go to the second camp. And with that, we are stranded in the desert. Whoa, this is where it gets real. Whoa! We're gonna go further than any man has ever gone before in the Sahara Desert. We're gonna go to one of the places that people have called the most deadly place in the entire world. And we're gonna stare it in the eye and laugh. You ready for a big trek through the Sahara Desert? Yes. We're gonna do it? Yes. 3, 2, 1, Sahara!
And with that, we began our mission to find the second camp somewhere out there in the vastness of the Sahara Desert. However, our enthusiasm lasted about 3 hours.
Yeah?
Yeah, you should. Okay?
Good.
After hiking for hours, we were starting to question if we were getting any closer to this camp.
Yeah, well, how are you figuring out where to go, Ibrahim?
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean you know? Just in your head?
You have a camp just, you know.
Somewhere.
That dune there.
I mean, I see about 100 dunes that way, but
Yeah,
okay.
it is, but don't worry.
Every time we summit, it just keeps going on forever. That literally goes on to the horizon. I can't see anything more. We need to try and make it to this camp before we lose the sun. That's in an hour and a half.
Each time we went over a dune, there was still no sign of our camp.
I don't even know if the guide knows where base camp is.
And the blistering heat was about to turn into freezing cold as soon as the sun set.
You can feel now the temperature has dropped quite a bit.
The sun is getting quite low now.
Apparently we're nearly there, but we've been saying that for hours.
I can't do this. I'm not being funny, but I slightly feel like I need to throw up.
And then eventually, there it was.
I can just about see some solar panels way, way down there. It's so weird.
We're in the desert. Is this...
Oh, Dara. Thank you.
Whoa!
Oh, you're sweet.
How do you guys keep having so much luxury in the middle of deserts? It's crazy.
We were now a day's journey from the Kem Kem beds.
Last night of luxury before it's gonna be roughing it.
Oh Lord.
It is freezing. It's bitingly cold right now. It feels like this was a little bit of a mistake.
I feel like I've just spent the entire week in Antarctica. How on earth am I in the Sahara Desert? With a cold.
And then what felt like a couple of minutes later, it was blazing hot.
Okay, so I'm just packing up my bag now because me and Dara will be staying the night out in the Kem Kem beds. So 1, 2, 3.
And once we thought we were ready, our next mode of transport showed up.
This is our mode of transport for the next 4 hours.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh,
This
yeah.
is definitely a first for me.
Oh, God, whoa.
This is like a rough ride. We are leaving the dunes behind right now.
God.
It's so hard to record this.
Riding a camel is so much more awkward than I thought it would be.
My legs are just not gonna work after this.
Yeah, I'm scared.
And we had a lot of it to do.
Just me and the boys, me and the camels.
We're almost at the end of our camel journey. This is where we're gonna have to say goodbye to everyone.
And eventually, everyone had taken us as far as they would go.
You go back to the lovely, nice, luxurious camp.
I've got a room with 4 beds for me.
When you wake up early morning, you know, check your boots in case some scorpion go in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
You ready for that, Matt?
I guess so.
And with that, me and Matt were left to make our own way on foot.
It's like walking into nothing. Just now it's the boy time. Lads' night.
We now had no guide, no camels, and we're in one of the most remote places in the entire world without knowing exactly where to go.
You think they're gonna be okay out there?
I don't know. We'll see.
We are in the depths of the Sahara, moving towards the Algerian border, towards the Kem Kem beds. Let's just walk and keep walking. We'll know when we've entered the Kem Kem beds, when these trees start getting dry and brittle, and then suddenly we're going to hit like a hard rock, and we'll technically be in one of the most deadly places in the entire world.
With extreme temperatures, no food or water for miles, and scorpions that could take us down with a single sting, this was not the place you simply strolled into.
Oh man.
But we were going to do it anyways. I needed to see, was this place as dangerous as they say? And I wanted my good night's sleep.
That's the first patch. This is the start of it.
And I'm very worried about them getting lost. And I'm worried, I don't know, like, it feels like anything could happen.
And after a grueling 4-day journey, covering over 3,000 miles by car, by foot, and by camel, myself and Matt finally entered the Kem Kem beds.
The sand is almost like starting to disappear. It's dry as hell.
It's hard to swallow.
Yeah, feeling that too.
It was time to put the Kem Kem beds to the test. And the only way to do that was to sleep there like a baby, and then come morning, leave a symbolic mark of hope and resilience by peeing outside our tent.
Ah, it's starting to get cold.
Preferably without freezing to death.
If we want to keep this tent warm, we're going to have to close the door now.
Temperature difference in here is quite significant.
Oh God.
The freezing night was fast approaching.
Me and Matt are going to try and sleep now. If the next shot is not in the morning, then something is going wrong. Alright.
This is not the next morning. This is me opening up a second sleeping bag because it is that cold. And the next thing I knew...
Oh my God. Did we do it? I think so.
Lads, I'm not gonna lie. I did not die. And in fact, I don't ever think I even came close to it, apart from Rockman. I had survived the night, and that meant the Kem Kem beds were now officially crossed off my danger list. But there was one last thing to do that would make this entire trip worth it.
Yeah!
The sun is rising. We boxed the night in the tent. We are men.